Welcome to your practice. Today's practice will be about dropping into the quietude of our mind without distraction. Although my puppy might distract us a little bit. He likes to hang out with me. And also, so dropping in and also cooling our body down. And we're going to do this through a yoga practice, more of a yoga practice, and a little bit of Qigong. But the aim of this is just to quiet down our nervous system, because once you can quiet down your nervous system, then you can cool down the body. So I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor. Now, if you can't do this, you could also do this sitting, but most of this practice will be done. The whole practice will be done on the floor. I could also do another one on the chair, but this particular one will be on the floor. And I like this because this creates like a pyramid. As you can see, my legs, my knees are wider than my upper body, creating this kind of inner temple of a pyramid. Energetically, it's very quieting to the system. Also, we have major meridian line, stomach 36, on the edge of our knee. In fact, if you bring your hands to your knee where your ring finger hits, there's a divot there. That is stomach 36. This is a high energy point for the system, and it's on both knees. So when we sit this way, cross-legged, and you can prop I would suggest propping with a little pillow, something under your sit bones, so your knees are not higher than your hips. You're touching the magnetic field of the earth with that particular meridian point of stomach 36. So that's the advantage of that. So you want to find your sit bones, you root the outside of the knees down as much as you can comfortably to prepare for this dropping in and cooling down. Now you can have your hands on your knees or in your lap, whichever you prefer, whichever is more comfortable, and either softening the eyes or closing the eyes completely. Now I am going to close my eyes for myself for this instruction. So you do whatever is comfortable for you. So we'll start to enter our inner temple and just notice the sounds that surround you. Notice the surrounds that you can hear outside your room as well, inside and outside your room. Now, we don't want to get on a story. We don't want to add a lot of wording to this dropping in, just a couple of words to explain for yourself what you're hearing inside and outside your room. And then as we come into more of a quietude, we're still doing a little observation. Notice how your physical body feels. Notice any areas of discomfort. If there's pain, for sure you want to adjust yourself so you're not in any pain in the sitting practice on the floor. Just noticing how you physically feel. Again, not a story, just a couple of words to explain to yourself how you're physically feeling. And there's no judgment in this at all. Let that judgment go. It's hard to drop in when we're judging or when we have a story. And then ask yourself, how are you feeling energetically? You know, where is your energy level? Maybe you're feeling tired. Maybe you're feeling stressed out energetically. Maybe you feel calm energetically. Maybe you have a lot of energy. So your energy body, how is your energy body? Just a couple of words. And then ask yourself emotionally, what emotionality is here with you right now, especially for this one. Do not judge that emotionality. It is what it is for now. We're just doing this observation to slowly drop into this moment. Then drop into your breath body, noticing how you're breathing without changing any of the breath, just noticing where you feel the breath. Do you feel the breath entering fully and deeply into your diaphragm, ribs, and chest as it exhales out from the chest, the ribs, and the belly? Or maybe most of the breath is in the upper chest. Eventually, we want the breath to be slow and full, but maybe right now it's rapid and shallow. We're just observing, not judging, just a couple of words of how your breath body feels. And then as you sit in this inner temple, as you've entered this inner space, we begin to let go into this moment, this here and this now. No worries about the past, no expectations of the future. For now we're here. Here I am in this moment, coming into my inner sanctuary, my inner space, dropping into this very deep quietude within, preparing for this practice. Set an intention for your practice, something like, for this practice, I invite into, and whatever you need to help you fully be engaged into this practice. Today, I invite into my practice, and give it a word or two. Less words are better. And then slowly rubbing your hands together, create a little warmth and a little energy in your hands, still keeping the eyes closed. Place those hands on your closed eyes as you soothe your eyes. And also, as you're doing this, lift the corners of your mouth up into that inner smile at the same time, as we begin to invite in the dopamine hormone that helps to heal and helps to quiet our system. Taking a few breaths. And then you can slowly open your eyes into your palms, letting a little bit of that light in, moving the hands away from your face as we begin to take in some more light as we come into this practice with our eyes wide open. And now we'll start some yoga movements to help quiet down our nervous system. So this practice can be used at any time of day. You can add this to some other things that you do, during your day. Maybe you're a runner, or you walk, or you dance. Maybe you're doing some Qigong. This can be an add-on to whatever you're doing. So we're going to come into our hands and our knees to begin our practice. And we'll start right off with hands and knees. Knees are hip width apart. Shoulders right under your wrist, or wrist right under your shoulders. Separate your fingers nice and wide. And you're going to spread the knees away from each other like you're spreading the mat between your knees. This is going to broaden your low back. Now, as you're doing this, we're going to arch the back, lift the head and the neck up into our dog tilt. Take a couple breaths here as you start to move the spine into this back bend. You can also wag your tail and release some tension out of the spine. And then from here, we go into the cat as you round the spine, bringing the chin to the chest, tucking the tailbone, letting the head hang. And again, you can shake out the head and the neck and the hips, releasing any tension out of those areas. And then work your way back and forth in these two movements, slowly, gently, as you start to move the body in the forward and back bend of the spine. So as we create this opening in the spine houses your nervous system. So just moving it in these two directions really helps to quiet down that nervous system, just by this two little movements of cat and dog. And then come back to flat back. Now from here, separate your knees nice and wide, toes will touch. You're going to bring your hips towards your heels, and you're going to place your forehead on the floor. Or you can make a little pillow with your hands and place your forehead on the floor. Or you can actually put a pillow here underneath your third eye. Now take some breaths deep into your back body. We typically know how to breathe in our front body, but we typically do not pay attention to how we're breathing into the back body. Once you bring your breath into the back body, you'll feel the movement in the back of your spine. That's what you want to get to. And the breath should be probably a little bit deeper. You're also adding a little bit of compression into the belly, which is great.
So you breathe deep into the belly and into the back of the body. So now you're bringing some awareness to the back spine and also creating movement to invite in relaxation into the back of the spine. You're also activating your third eye, which is very quieting to the nervous system. This is called child, and it's a wonderful posture to do on a daily basis, especially if you're on a high stress level or feeling anxious, having insomnia. This is a wonderful movement posture to do. It's called child, and it's similar to how babies sometimes sleep this way. It's a natural position. And as you slowly melt into it, you're letting that nervous system beginning to calm down as well. Now from here, we're going to stretch out the arms straight out in front of you. You can bring your knees in a little bit closer. Now you're going to look up at your hands, and we start to come back up to hands and knees, but we're going to go right through that and go into a very high cobra, a really nice stretch for the spine. Now you can go back and forth in these two movements as you move forward into the child and then come up into your high cobra. Let it just slowly start to warm up your spine again, working on that, finding that fluidity in your spinal cord, waking up and relaxing your nervous system. And then we'll come back up to our hands and knees. We're going to take our right foot forward. Our left leg is back, coming into a low lunge. You want to make sure your knee and your ankle are in alignment, and you're releasing the top of the thigh muscle, the back thigh muscle, which would be your left leg. Now you can drop your head and your neck for a little bit of weight and lean forward just a little bit with your hips, starting to open up the thigh. You'll take your hips back as you open up the front of the leg, the foot, the shin, and then you'll go back into that low lunge. And now you can switch coming on your heel, opening up your hamstring muscle. Now taking this leg, and we're going to take the knee forward. We're coming into pigeon. You do not want to do these movements if you're having any issues with your knees or hips, but if everything else is good, we're coming into this pigeon. The fingertips are on the floor. There's a slight back bend here. And then we slowly come forward into the pigeon. Now you can make, again, a little pillow with your hands, resting your forehead. Again, you're activating that third eye. You're also opening up that right hip joint, where we hold a lot of tension in our hips. So relax the shoulders. You might be able to get your forehead all the way to the floor, but don't overdo it. Don't overstretch if that is not comfortable for you. Keep breathing into the back body. Keep breathing into that third eye, quieting down that nervous system. Now we're going to come back to the pigeon, a little bit of a back bend again. Curl your toes under of the left foot, lift your left knee up, and then take your right leg to the back leg into your plank, strengthening the whole spinal cord. Now we're going to drop our knees. We'll take our hips back again, and then we'll come forward into this high cobra. Back to hands and knees. We're going to take our left foot forward into this low lunge, making sure your knee and your ankle are in alignment with each other. And you can drop your head and your neck for a little bit of weight to open up that right thigh. Taking your hips back, keeping that left foot flat on the floor, opening up the top of the foot, the shin. And then we'll come back into the low lunge, coming onto your heel as you open up the hamstring of the left leg. Back to the low lunge, and we're going to come right into pigeon. So taking that left knee forward, your right leg back. Try not to drop over to the side. You want to keep your hips centered. Into the pigeon, a little bit of a back bend, and we slowly start to come forward into the full forward pigeon, resting your forehead on the floor or on your hands as a pillow, opening up the left hip and breathing into your back spine and breathing into your third eye. Again, quieting down that nervous system, getting a wonderful stretch for the hips, which holds a lot of our tension. Breathing fully and deeply is the key here. Now you can linger here as long as you'd like, but I'll move you through this again, back into our pigeon. Curl your right toes under, lift your right knee off the floor, and then take your left leg back to your right for a plank. And this is strengthening your whole spinal cord. This actually is a full body strengthener. Really good for the nervous system. Drop your knees, hips back, and then come forward one more time into your high cobra. And then we'll come back to our hands and knees. We're going to add a little twist here, taking your right hand into the center. As you inhale, you're going to lift your left arm up into your spinal twist. So these are just really nice twisting movements, coming to the other side, twisting the spine. From here, we'll sit back on our heels. Let's do a couple of alternate nostril breathing here, bringing the palms of the hands into prayer. You're going to bring your thumbs right underneath your chin. Inhale through the nose, turn your head to the left and blow the air out twice through your mouth. Come back to center, taking your pointer finger, hold your right nostril closed. Inhale on your left nostril as you inhale. You'll take your left pointer finger, close both nostrils, release your right nostril, exhale out. Inhale on the right, hold your nostril closed, release on the left and exhale on the left. Inhale on the left, hold both nostrils closed, release your finger, exhale on the right. Inhale on the right, hold the nostril closed, exhale on your left. One more time, inhale on the left, hold both nostrils closed, exhale on the right, then inhale on the right, hold both nostrils closed, and then release the hands. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. We'll transition back to our hands and knees. This time, take your hands a little bit further of the shoulders, curl your toes under, and come into downward facing dog and stretch the whole entire body. And then back to your hands and knees. You're going to cross your ankles, and then we're going to come back to our sitting. So that little bit of movement has opened up your spine. It's brought your breath to the back of the body. We come back again into our inner temple. We're going to rub our hands vigorously, the knuckles vigorously, your nails vigorously. And some energy should show up here in between your palms. This is your chi ball. This is your energy ball. And as you inhale, let's make the ball a little bit bigger. Exhale, compress. Inhale, fully and deeply. Exhale, compress. We're going to take this chi ball. We're going to inhale as you draw the chi ball up and over your head, and exhale, release the ball down. Now we're going to cool off our upper body and bring that heat down into our belly. This time, as we inhale, lift the tongue to the roof of your mouth as you inhale this cool blue light. As you exhale, drop the tongue from the roof of your mouth and taking this heat out of your upper body and bringing it down into your belly. Inhale, tongue to the roof of the mouth, bringing this cool blue energy over your head, cooling down your head, cooling down your heart. And then as you exhale, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth and bring the heat down. Inhaling, tongue to the roof of the mouth, drawing up this cool blue light, cooling down your upper body. And as you exhale, release the tongue from the roof of your mouth as you draw this heat from your upper body and bring it down into your lower dantian. Inhale again, tongue to the roof of the mouth, drawing up this cool blue light, cooling down your upper body. Exhale, release the tongue from the roof of your mouth as you take this heat from the upper body and draw it down into your lower dantian. One more time, inhale, tongue to the roof of the mouth, cool blue light over your head, cooling down your brain, cooling down your throat, and cooling down your heart. Exhaling, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth, and return back to your center. Take all that moisture in your mouth, take a deep gulp, swallow it. All those good enzymes are going into your belly, into your digestive system, which will help cool you down, quiet you down. Just sitting in this quietude, in this cooling. Now we're just going to end with a chant of Om, one Om, the sound, the vibrational sound of peace as it resonates through your entire being. It's the universal sound of peace. It's a great way to strengthen your voice and to quiet down your nervous system. And then we'll begin inhaling through the nose. Om. Sit in that higher vibration. Let's gather the energy, draw it up from the earth. Palms flip up, gather this energy all around you, this beautiful healing light. Palms of the hands come together. Release your hands right to your heart. And here, open your bloom, your lotus bloom, and ask the universe for what you need today. Today, I invite into my life. What do you need today to feel balanced and whole? Today, I invite into my life, without a story or without too many words. Keep it simple. Today, I invite into my life. And then close your bloom, protect that inner light source. And let this short practice bring for you whatever you need today. And namaste.